The Ayleids, also known as the Heartland Elves or Wild Elves, were a race of Mer who established a powerful empire in Tamriel during the Merithic era. Originally emanating from Somerset Isles, they migrated to Cyrodiil and constructed the White Gold Tower, which became the center of their civilization. At the peak of their influence, they were among the most powerful civilizations in Tamriel history. But just how powerful were they? Well, the Ayleid Empire was vast, encompassing numerous city-states across Cyrodiil. The Ayleid Empire was not a centralized state, but more like a theocratic city-state empire. However, while they did not have an emperor, they were ruled by powerful Sorcerer Kings who oversaw warfare, governance, and the civilizations of their people, including slaves. The population is speculated to be at least in the hundreds of thousands. They controlled most of Cyrodiil and expanded into southern Skyrim, western Black Marsh, and possibly parts of Valenwood and High Rock. The core of the military consisted of Ayleid elves trained in both martial and magical combat. They wielded enchanted weapons, armor, and were often skilled battle mages. Also, a large number of human and beast folk slaves were used as expendable shock forces. Religion played a huge part in everything related to this empire, including warfare, which includes worshipping the Daedra, meaning their army consisted of a large number of Daedric forces that they used to conquer lands. Beyond the Daedra, they would also use, in some capacity, statue-like guardians through the power of waystones, which I will get into later. Of course, the most powerful of the Ayleid forces are the mighty Ayleid Sorcerer Kings. The mighty Sorcerer Kings were the apex of this society's immensely powerful mages, with knowledge of dawn magics, primordial magics dating back to the creation of Mundus. This allowed them to perform feats far beyond ordinary spellcasters, such as reshaping their bodies, manipulating magic on a deeper level, and reality warping. It is said that the Thalmor used dawn magic to make the two moons disappear. Many Sorcerer Kings made pact with Daedric princes, trading slaves for supernatural abilities, armies of Daedra, and forbidden knowledge. They also, of course, wielded powerful destruction and alteration magic, could animate constructs, and set magical traps throughout their cities, highlighting that they were more than just brute force spellcasters, as they have a focus on defense, protecting their land with magical wards. As mentioned, much of their power comes from star magic through use of Welkin stones, meteoric glass crystals created by the Ayleids to store raw magicka, absorbed from starlight in a dimension beyond Mundus. Some kings are believed to have used these stones as objects to anchor their souls to the world, allowing them to return after death. Now, great Welkin stones were used to power entire cities and used in major magical rituals, further elevating the status and reach of the Sorcerer Kings. Perhaps the mightiest of the Sorcerer Kings were Sorcerer Kings Umeriel and Umeriel, the Unfeathered. Umeriel was a powerful lynch necromancer, infamous for his undead armies and repeated attempts to conquer Tamriel and destroy Nirn, ultimately leading his brother, led by other kings, into a rebellion against him, ultimately sending him with an Elder Scroll. Once he came back, he swore, "I will reign once again, and the world will be set aflame. Your loved ones will die, and your cities will fall to dust." His great power comes from his ability to manipulate the Abyss, a mysterious realm of oblivion consisting of a never-ending series of rooms and corridors, both real and unreal at the same time, which together form an endless dungeon. It is said one did not create the other, but they are forever linked, a true union of the damned. Keep in mind that all Sorcerer Kings are incredibly powerful. In fact, two lesser Ayleids created a interdimensional pathway known as the Golden Path. It is a dimension filled with ruins that connects to pretty much everything, and it is filled with stars, possibly an infinite number of stars. Yet perhaps the strongest of them all is Umeriel the Unfeathered. Umeriel's father was a divine spirit, and his mother was of noble blood. He led the entire empire at its peak in power. He led legions of Orons, Golden Daedra aligned with Merilda across Cyrodiil during the rebellion. He is by far the most legendary Sorcerer King, Merilda's champion, and he led conquest into Black Marsh and beyond, and was so mighty he could slay the greatest of warriors in a single blow. All warriors but one, as he fought the great warrior Helenol Whitestrake. I won't go into detail as I already done a video on him already, but to put it short, Helenol was a deity in his own right, donning armor from the future. He had outlandishly powerful reality warping feats, such as erasing days from history and causing previous months to inexplicably be stretched. When angered, he would gain power to erase the very land from existence, transcending the state, transcending the world, and sending whatever is in his path into the void. Yet Umeriel was able to battle him, though ultimately he lost, but his soul would survive to fight in another era. So how strong were they at their peak? Well, the tower of course prevents magical dimension-based evasions, as well as allows them to manipulate higher dimensional magic. They fight with spendable slaves and powerful Daedric forces. Their true army is made up of elite battle mages enhanced with magical power, and enhanced with equipment which should make them comparable to, if not above, expert level mages who are powerful enough to destroy entire villages and islands. In one instance, manipulating a sigil stone and casting an Ayleid spell risks destroying all of Valenwood. And then you have the almost godlike Sorcerer Kings, who are powerful enough to manipulate dimensions. They could manipulate reality on a cosmic scale, reshaping stars, warping reality, and even bending higher dimensional planes of existence. At least that's my take. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to like, sub, and hit the bell. Later.